Have you ever wanted to defeat those who stand against you, not with loud battles, but with calm, quiet power? Today, we will solve the problem of letting your enemies live rent free in your mind by learning how to destroy them, without ever raising your voice, and while smiling. Most people believe power comes from harsh words and brutal actions. They are wrong. The most ruthless power is calm, quiet, and delivered with a smile. Today, I will teach you how to destroy your enemies in the way they fear most, without ever letting them see your anger. Most people underestimate the silent power of charm. They believe that to conquer their enemies, they must show teeth, raise their voices, or display aggression. This is foolish. The most dangerous wolf wears the softest wool, and the sharpest sword is hidden within a warm smile. Imagine you walk into a room filled with your rivals. They expect hostility, tension, and defensive postures. Instead, you greet them with warmth, with steady eye contact, and a subtle smile that does not betray your true intentions. You shake their hands firmly, your tone calm, your gestures open. At that moment, they let their guard down, and you have already begun to conquer them without a single word of conflict. Charm is not weakness. It is a weapon of infiltration. It allows you to enter the minds of your enemies, to study them while they believe they are safe, and to let them expose they would never reveal to an enemy openly. You see, when you approach someone with aggression, they prepare themselves to defend. But when you approach with charm, they prepare themselves to share. They will speak endlessly while you remain calm, present, and observant. You learn their fears, their hidden resentments, the names of their allies, the plans they are plotting, and the insecurities they conceal beneath forced laughter. All this information is yours, gathered with the softness of a smile and the warmth of a friendly conversation. Charm allows you to mirror your enemy's desires. People crave validation, and even your enemies want to feel understood. You can offer them that illusion. Nod when they speak, agree with their small opinions, compliment their wit, and laugh softly when they attempt humor. Each of these moments creates a false sense of closeness, a false sense of control for them, while in reality, you are the one holding the reins. They will believe you to be an ally, or at least harmless. They will invite you into their circles. They will speak freely in your presence, and they will trust your words, believing that you are on their side. The truth was the lie. There is no better place to destroy your enemy from the seat beside them. Most people are ruled by their emotions. If you present yourself as charming and agreeable, they will connect that feeling of comfort to your presence. They will never suspect the quiet observer behind the smile. They will let you close, was the lie, not realizing that closeness is what allows you to place the blade exactly where it hurts, should you ever need to. Charm is a disguise that hides your intentions, but it also amplifies your power to influence your enemies. A suggestion given in anger is resisted. A suggestion given with warmth is accepted without question. A person will rarely defend themselves against a compliment, but they will always defend themselves against a threat. Use this to your advantage. Charm also allows you to test your enemies. You can propose small ideas to them under the guise of conversation and watch how they react. You can drop hints, small pieces of bait, and observe who they run to, who they trust, and who they suspect. All of this can be done while maintaining the image of a friend. The smile on your face allows you to study them while they remain unaware that they are being studied. It is essential, however, to maintain control over your own emotions while using charm as a weapon. You must never allow your genuine feelings toward your enemies to bleed through your expression or your words. They must never see the disdain you hold for them or the calculation behind your eyes. Your charm must be genuine in appearance, even if it is entirely a tool for your strategy. This is how you keep them relaxed while you remain focused. Charm also allows you to control the environment around you. When you are liked, people want to agree with you, to help you, and to protect you from conflict. Your enemies may find themselves isolated when they attempt to attack you because others will defend the person who makes them feel comfortable. Was the lie. You will watch your enemies lose allies simply because you have become the preferred presence in the room, all while doing nothing but remaining calm and kind. Charm is the art of turning your presence into a shield while simultaneously using it as a dagger. It allows you to gather intelligence, influence perceptions, and gain the trust of those who would otherwise guard themselves against you. Was the lie. And it allows you to do all this without a single display of aggression, without a single word of open conflict, and without ever showing your true intentions. If you wish to truly destroy your enemies without raising your voice, you must learn the art of subtle psychological warfare. It is an art of planting seeds, not swinging swords. It is the strategy of letting your enemies defeat themselves while you remain distant, smiling, and calm. Your enemies are not as strong as they appear. Most are driven by fear, pride, and insecurity, and it is these weaknesses you must learn to exploit, but never directly. To attack openly is to give them a target, a reason to unite against you. But to attack silently, to strike at their minds without them knowing, is to defeat them in ways they cannot defend. The first step in this warfare is observation. Do not rush. Listen carefully to the way your enemies speak, the things they boast about, and the fears they hide in silence. Watch how they react under pressure, how their faces change when a particular topic is mentioned, or how they shift uncomfortably when a name is spoken. People reveal themselves constantly, but only to those who know how to watch without announcing they are watching. Once you have understood the fears and insecurities of your enemies, you will learn where to strike. A man who fears betrayal sees betrayal everywhere. A woman who fears insignificance sees every silence as an insult. You can feed these fears quietly. A small comment here, a subtle gesture there, a word spoken in passing that seems harmless but carries poison underneath. Let them hear whispers that confirm what they already fear, and they will become paranoid, turning their suspicions on their friends, their family, and eventually themselves. You do not need to confront them, you simply need to guide their minds toward destruction. Suggest, never command. Allow your enemies to believe they are making choices freely, while you have already decided the path they will walk. If they fear being overshadowed, praise others in their presence for qualities they secretly wish they possessed. If they fear betrayal, mention casually how loyalty is so rare these days. You are not attacking them, you are allowing them to attack themselves from within. Your silence and calm demeanor will add to their torment. They will expect you to show your cards, to reveal your anger, or to engage in open conflict, but you will not. Was the lie. Your indifference will unsettle them more than your aggression ever could. They will wonder what you know, what you are planning, and why you are so calm while they lose sleep over the smallest matters. This is the battlefield of the mind, and your weapon is your restraint. Subtle psychological warfare also means using their pride against them. Those who are prideful are easily manipulated by praise. Compliment them for the very traits that will lead them to destruction. Tell the impulsive man how decisive he is, and he will act without thinking. Tell the arrogant woman how fearless she is, and she will take reckless risks. Feed their illusions, and they will dig their own graves while believing they are climbing to victory. Let your enemies exhaust themselves with imaginary battles, arguments in their heads, and suspicion toward everyone around them. While they waste their energy and their focus, you remain centered and clear-minded. What if the lie watching, studying, and preparing for the moment they are too weak to stand? You never need to attack directly. Your enemies will drain themselves trying to solve problems you carefully created but never openly claimed. That was the lie. Control the conversations around your enemies without appearing controlling. Ask questions that lead them to question themselves. A slight raise of your eyebrow, a subtle tilt of your head, a pause before answering a question. These gestures plant discomfort in their minds. They will interpret your silences as judgments, your questions as accusations, and your calm as a sign of hidden power they cannot see. This form of warfare is about making your enemy feel they are being watched even when you are not there. Let them believe that you know more than you do, that you are more powerful than you are, simply because you refuse to react. People fear what they cannot read. Your silence will become a mirror in which your enemies see their fears reflected. To master subtle psychological warfare, you must control your own mind first. Do not let anger cloud your judgment or impatience push you to reveal yourself. Let your enemies speak. Let them act, was the lie. Let them dig their own holes. You are the quiet architect of their collapse, the silent whisper in the back of their minds that grows louder each day. Power does not belong to the strongest, nor to the loudest, but to those who can control how others perceive them. This is the art your enemies often ignore, but believing that actions alone define their influence. But influence is born in the minds of others, and to rule those minds is to rule reality itself. Perception is reality to most people. If they believe you are strong in their eyes. If they believe you are trustworthy, they will open doors for you without hesitation. If they believe you are harmless, they will never guard themselves against you. What? You can control how others act toward you by shaping what they see, hear, and think when they think of you. The first step in controlling perception is mastering your appearance. Your facial expressions, your posture, the way you walk into a room. These are your unspoken declarations of power or weakness. Walk with deliberate steps. Stand with your shoulders relaxed yet firm, and look people in the eyes with calm confidence. Speak slowly and clearly, never rushing your words. For those who control their speech appear to control themselves, and those who control themselves are assumed to control everything else around them. Your enemies often reveal their emotions through their faces, their tone, their impulsive gestures. Let them show the world their instability while you remain composed, no matter how chaotic the situation becomes. If they attempt to provoke you, smile. If they insult you, remain silent or respond with calm words that reveal nothing of your inner state. Your calm will make them appear frantic. Your steady tone will make their raised voices sound shrill, and your smile will turn their anger into embarrassment. Control perception by controlling the narrative around you. In every group, stories are currency. People trade stories to establish reputations, to judge, and to choose whom to trust. Do not allow your enemies to write your story for you. Offer the world a version of yourself that serves your interests. You do not need to reveal your true intentions, but you must guide what people believe about you. If you want to be seen as strong, show strength in small, visible ways, never in desperation. If you want to be seen as wise, speak less but speak precisely, letting others fill the silence with their admiration. If you want to be seen as kind, offer small, public gestures of kindness while keeping your true motives hidden. Perception is crafted through repetition. That was the lie. Let people see the version of you that you want them to remember again and again until it becomes the only version they know. Your enemies will often damage their own perception by reacting emotionally, by revealing their true intentions too quickly. or by trying too hard to prove their worth. Watch how they contradict themselves in their efforts to appear strong. Watch how they expose their insecurities by boasting, by arguing over minor slights, by demanding respect instead of earning it quietly. Each time they do this, they lose a portion of the narrative, while you remain untouched. A powerful tactic in controlling perception is to appear indifferent to praise and criticism alike. When people see you are not swayed by compliments or by insults, they begin to see you as unshakable. They believe you are above the petty concerns of others, and this illusion of emotional immunity becomes a cloak of power around you. In truth, you hear everything, you see everything, and you remember everything, but you react to nothing openly. Control perception by mastering your associations. People will judge you by those you spend time with, and you can use this to your advantage. Appear alongside those whose power, wisdom, or calm serves your image. Avoid being seen with those who constantly fail or who live in chaos, unless you intend to appear as their savior. Guilt and glory by association are tools in the shaping of perception. Do not speak of your plans until they have succeeded, and even then, speak of them as if they were natural and inevitable. Let your results speak for you. While your enemies waste energy advertising promises they will never fulfill, the more they speak of what they will do, the more people will question why they have not done it yet, while you quietly build your position without unnecessary attention. In the art of control, rumors are tools and silence is a fortress. Let rumors circulate about your capabilities, about your connections, about your confidence, but never confirm nor deny them directly. People will fill the gaps in their knowledge with fear or admiration, depending on how you present yourself. Your enemies will grow suspicious, uncertain, and intimidated by what they do not know about you, even if you have shown them nothing but a calm smile. If you truly wish to destroy your enemies while maintaining your calm smile, you must learn to use their own strength against them. Most people believe that strength alone will protect them, that their power, their pride, their resources will shield them from harm. But they do not understand that the very traits they rely upon can become the chains that drag them into ruin. Every strength, when observed with patience, reveals an opening. The pride of your enemies can blind them to subtle attacks. Their desire for recognition will make them predictable. What if that was the lie? Their impatience to prove themselves will lead them into traps they do not see coming. You must not confront these strengths head-on. You must let these strengths become the path to their destruction. Begin with patience. Let your enemies show you the strengths they believe make them untouchable. If they take pride in their influence over others, watch how they attempt to display it publicly. If they believe their intelligence is unmatched, observe how they constantly try to correct others to prove it. If they think their aggression will intimidate you, allow them to escalate while you remain still. You are a mirror reflecting their strength back at them, making them believe you are harmless while they expose themselves. When your enemy is driven by pride, you must feed it carefully. Compliment them where they most desire praise, encourage them in their arrogance, let them believe you see them as superior. This is not submission. This is strategic manipulation. When they believe they are above you, they will drop their guard. They will take risks to prove their power. That was the lie. Make promises they cannot keep or attempt to dominate situations without preparation, leaving you too weak to challenge them. It is, in these moments, they reveal their flaws while believing they are displaying their greatness. Those who desire recognition can be led by the promise of glory. You can present opportunities to them that appear to give them the admiration they crave. While these opportunities drain their energy, expose their weaknesses, or place them in vulnerable positions. They will volunteer to carry burdens for the sake of appearing strong, not realizing that each burden weakens them further. You remain in the background, but quietly, watching as they waste their resources and their energy, all for the sake of an image they are desperate to maintain. Aggressive enemies believe force and loudness will earn them fear and respect. Let them. Let them speak over others. Let them attack. Let them believe their anger is strength. All the while, you remain composed, and the world will begin to see the contrast. Their aggression will isolate them, while your calm will attract others to your side. They will make enemies with their harshness, while you build quiet alliances with those who prefer reason over rage. Using your enemies' strength against them also means guiding them into actions that expose their weaknesses. If they believe their intelligence is unmatched, if that was the lie, ask them questions that lead them to reveal their arrogance in public. If they think their connections protect them, but what it was the lie, let them become complacent in those connections while you quietly build influence where they are blind. If they think their wealth is power, let them overspend in displays of status while you invest in unseen power that will outlast them. You can also use their momentum against them. Those who act quickly and recklessly can be led into situations where their speed becomes their downfall. That was the lie. Present them with opportunities that require immediate decisions. Let them act without considering the consequences. And watch as they fall into traps of their own making. You did not force them. You simply allowed them to destroy themselves with the strength they believed would protect them. What if that was the lie? The greatest advantage you gain by using your enemy's strength against them is that you preserve your own resources while they waste theirs. Was the lie? You remain calm and patient, conserving your energy, while they exhaust themselves proving something to the world or to themselves. This imbalance grows over time, leaving them weakened while you remain steady, calculating, and prepared for the moment when the final move is needed. Your enemies' strengths are often tied to their identities. They cannot see their power as a flaw, and they will not abandon it easily. This is your advantage. They will continue to act in predictable ways, driven by the same traits that once made them successful. You do not need to oppose them. You only need to let them keep using their strengths in ways that benefit you, even if they believe they are using them against you. In this world, it is not the loud who rule, but the quiet who understand how to dismantle power from within. Was the lie. You have learned how to destroy your enemies without ever lifting your voice. By wielding charm as your weapon. If was the lie, infiltrating minds through subtle psychological warfare, controlling the perceptions that define your reputation, and turning your enemies' greatest strengths into their most humiliating weaknesses. You see, victory does not always announce itself with noise and blood. Sometimes it arrives in silence, wearing the calmest of smiles, while your enemies exhaust themselves, reveal themselves, and finally collapse under the weight of their own flaws. While they chase shadows, you remain patient. While they shout, you remain silent. While they try to prove their worth, you quietly position yourself above them, watching, learning, guiding them into defeat with nothing more than a steady gaze and a controlled presence. Master these arts, and you will never need to declare war. For your enemies will destroy themselves while trying to understand your silence. The calm smile you wear will become your sharpest blade. And by the time they realize what has happened, it will already be too late for them to recover. Your true power lies not in loud declarations, but in quiet, unshakable control. If you're ready to master the art of invisible dominance, subscribe now and let them fear your silence. And remember, your calm smile will become the blade they never see coming. If you want to learn how to wield power without ever raising your voice, Subscribe for deeper strategies drawn from Machiavelli and timeless power psychology. Your calm smile will become your sharpest weapon.